I just came in. What song are you doing?
Oh, we are doing What a Wonderful World
Okay,
today.
I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome, everybody, to the 2 o'clock Monday class. Do not forget there is a concert at 3. So, since I am part of the concert today, we will have to adjourn a little bit earlier than normal. So, no worries. It's a class. We'll have another class next Monday, too. So, no worries. Um, Let's get right to it. What a Wonderful World, a song written by Bob Thiele, and he actually was doing it as George Douglas. I don't know why people did that. They would change their names and give themselves pseudonames in order to do some writing. So he wrote this as George Douglas and then George David Weiss. It was first recorded by Louis Armstrong and released in 1967 as a single, which topped the charts in the United Kingdom, but did not do well in the United States because stupid politics. The president of ABC Records, not the president of the United States, the president of ABC Records set himself against it. So if he didn't like the song or he didn't like something that was happening, you weren't getting out on the radio. So after appearing in the film Good Morning Vietnam, the song was re-released in 1988, and then it rose to number 32 on the Billboard Hot 100. So, sometimes it takes a good movie to get your song going. Armstrong's recording was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. So that should tell you what kind of instrumentation to use. If you've got Louis Armstrong's horn on your instrument, that's a perfect instrument to at least play one verse with. All right, originally the song was offered to Tony Bennett. And guess what he said? No, I don't want to do it. So, although this claim has been disputed that the song was actually written for Armstrong because of his ability to bring people of different races together. So, do we know who's right and who's wrong? And did Tony Bennett actually say no? And did he actually even get an offer? Sometimes we'll never know, but always those rumors are out there. Other recordings, Roy Clark, Anne Murray, Leanne Rimes, and Rod Stewart. Now, Rod Stewart did an awful lot of these classics on a couple of albums where he went back and did classic songs, and they were fabulous. If you've never checked out Rod Stewart doing some of these older songs, please go to YouTube and check them out because they're absolutely wonderful. All right, What a Wonderful World. I think I'll just play it first. It does come up on Song Setup, and the song setup on the beautiful symphony is Wonderful World. It's the signature background. It comes up. Whoops, I didn't push the right buttons. There it is. All right. Did
Hey,
you?
Dawn,
Yeah.
this is Rich. I like that trumpet.
Oh, no, this was song setup. I didn't choose my own sounds. This was just what song setup came up to.
It
But
sounded
yeah,
pretty good.
but the Louis Armstrong trumpet would be a fabulous one to go to because that's, he's the guy who made it famous. Of course, he also sang the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Rich. Song setup.
Good seeing you again.
Nice to see you too. I do miss things in the store. I am working on a contest, and Robert actually thought it was a good idea. He just wants to get through this mad week, our member appreciation days, and then we'll talk. So, yep, I want to do a name that tune and do something kind of fun for the customers. Yep. All right, because I miss you guys here. I really do. It's nice to see your smiling faces, but you know what? It's kind of fun to turn around or listen to you guys grumbling in the background. And I don't know this song. Do you know this song? You guys know who I'm talking about. All right, let's do some extra chords. The F chord is good for 2 counts. Over the C for the word green, put in an A minor, alligator minor, which is C and A. The rest of the line is good. B flat is just your thumb, A minor, C and A, G minor, G and B flat, F. The second line, watch that D flat. That is something we don't see very often. And then instead of the B flat in the last measure of line 2, replace it with a C sus, C suspended fourth, or a C7 sus. So it's either going to be a 3-fingered chord or a 4-fingered chord. C sus is C, F, and G. If you want to add the 7, it is B flat. Now my fingers are kind of short to do C, F, G, and B flat in this position, so it's actually okay. I see nothing. It's okay to go backwards and put your pinky on the B flat. I use my thumb for the F and G at the same time, okay? And then your 4th finger on C, your pinky on B flat. Oop, let's put on the easy button. And it's a lot easier to play than trying to stretch your fingers like this. C7 sus. Or just play C and F. C, F, and G. That'll work as well. Then you're going to resolve that to the C7. See how pretty that sounds? Next line. The F chord is good for 2 counts. The 3rd beat, put in an F augmented, F-A-U-G. Your notes are C sharp, F, and A. And if you'd rather play F, A, and C sharp, that's fine. Because when you play it in the other inversion, it's going to read in your window C sharp augmented, but it's actually the same chord. The only difference is the bass note, but the tonality of the chord is the same.
Okay, can you go over that real quick again?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where my head was, but it was
Okay,
there.
the F chord is good for 2 counts. Beat 3 while you're holding that long A note with your right hand. Beat 3 is an F augmented. Your notes are C sharp, chicken sharp, F, fish, and A, alligator. And if you wish, you may put the C sharp on top and play F, A, C sharp, whichever one, first of all, sounds better to you, although the tonality should be the same, or whichever one is easier for your fingers to reach.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Second measure, first beat. We're still holding on to that A in the right hand. B flat, major 7. B flat, major 7, which is A and B flat. So you're having a very nice chord progression that's going to sound like this. To the C. It just makes for a nice little motion. in between there. Now, if you don't want to play those, just put in a fill-in. Fill-ins work wonderfully well. Okay, let's take a look at measure 3. Measure 3, the F chord is good for 2 counts. Beat 3 over the C for the word blue, A minor, C and A. The rest of the line is good. Guess what? The next line is also fine, just the way it is. No changes. Woohoo! All right. The last line of that page, instead of the B flat, let's replace it with C sus or C7 sus. We had it up in line 2. C, F, G, and B flat. And the B flat can be top or bottom, whichever one is more comfortable for you. The rest of the line is okay, it's fine. All right, let's go to the second page. Line 1, no changes. Line 2.
Oh, there better not be any changes on that line.
Oh yeah, a couple. Just a couple. First measure, fine. Second measure, fine. Third measure. Third beat. Cross out the D chord and replace it with C diminished. Chicken Diminished, my favorite restaurant. You guys didn't get that. That's all right. Chicken Diminished, C and F sharp. Remember, diminished chords are always the letter plus 6. So C and F sharp. Going to the G minor, which is fine. And then in between the G minor and the C, beat 2, you're going to put in another C diminished. So you're going to do I love you. You're emphasizing those words by playing a different chord for each note. I love, oops, I play the right notes. I love you. But you got to play everything one note per beat. And if you have to practice those 3 chords in a row, then just practice those 3 chords in a row until they get comfortable. Then we repeat line 3. The F is good for 2 counts. Over the C for the word cry, beat 3, A minor, C and A. Second line, all the rest of those chords in the third line are good. Woohoo! Don't need to change them. Fourth line, second measure, cross out the B flat and replace it with C sus. And if you want to make it a C7 sus, okay, this is the third time we're seeing that chord. So it should be getting a little bit easier to play. The more often it shows up in the music,
CFG.
CFG, correct. And if you want to put that 7 in there, it's a B flat. The F chord is good over the word world for 2 counts. Now here's a weird chord, and this one is completely optional. A minor 7 flat 5. Oh my! It's a 4-fingered chord, and your notes are, and pretty much in any order.
Excuse me, Dawn, where are we right now?
Right now we are in line 4, third measure, third beat, between the F and the D7. We're going to put in an A minor 7 flat 5. Your notes are E flat, G, A, C. Wow, isn't that a pretty chord? And then the chord progression itself, the F, A minor 7 flat 5 to the D7 sounds like this. Wow. And then you have that last ending there, which
And
no
the
more.
C go at the bottom?
Yeah, you can try it, but it's going to then show up in your window as a C minor 6. The tonality is going to be okay. There's a little bit of a difference, but not much. So you could put the C at the bottom. Try it and see what you think. Because then what happens is the C then goes in the bass and it becomes a C minor 6, which is still going to give it a minor tonality. Okay, any questions about the chords? Got them?
No.
This one's not too hard. And
Yes, I
again,
have a question.
okay,
First page, line 6. I'm sorry, line 3.
line 3.
Yeah, after the F augmented.
Uh-huh. B flat,
Major.
major 7.
Okay, and then the C, we're keeping the C?
The C7 is fine just as it is.
Okay, good, thanks.
Yep.
Dawn, we can't hear you.
Wow, I know. Ramon, your microphone is so loud. You must have your computer microphone on a super high volume.
I had no clue what you just said.
Oh, okay. He went back to page 1, line 3, the first 3 chords. It was F for 2 counts, F augmented for beats 3 and 4, B flat major 7 for measure 2, first beat, and then leading into that C7.
And the notes for the B flat major 7?
A and B flat. Remember, major 7s are always the letter minus 1.
Yeah.
The
Easy.
letter minus 1. Yep. Easier to play than it is to write. I know.
Are there any changes on line 4? No.
Nope. You're good on line 4. Very cool.
Okay, this is your 10-minute warning.
Oh, okay, thank you. Let's do some fingering. Funny how time flies when we're
I
jibber
know.
jabbering, huh? Yeah. Okay, C1, E2, F1, put a circle around it, you're tucking it under. A2, C4, D5, 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 C4, B flat 3, B flat 3, B flat 3, A2. Second line, G1, G1, G1. F2 with a circle, you're crossing it over. And all those Fs are 2s. The last measure of that line, F2, F2, E1, F2, G3. Third line, A4. C1, E2, F1 with a circle, A2, C4, C4, D5, D5, C4, C4. Fourth line, B flat 3, B flat 3, B flat 3, A2, A2, G1, 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 F2, circle it. You're crossing it over, and all those Fs are 2s all the way across. And the last line, F2, F2, E1, F2, G3, F2, F2, G3, 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 all the way across, C1, C1. Top of the next page. B flat 5, A4, A4, G sharp 3, A4, F2, G3, 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 C1, G3, B flat 5, A4, A4, G sharp 3, A4, check mark. The next A, eighth note, is a 1. You can do that because it's not the middle of a phrase. You actually have a comma there, or a period, I think it is, and that's a place where you are allowed to take a breath with a hand and lift it. So the A eighth note is 1, the C is a 3. Second line, D4, 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 C3, A1, C3, D4, 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 C3, D4, 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 C3, C3, B flat 2, A1, G3 with a circle, you are crossing it over, low C1, E2. Third line, F1 with a circle, it's a thumb tuck. A2, C4, C4, D5, D5, C4. B flat 3, B flat 3, B flat 3, A2, A2, G1, 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 F2 with a circle, F2, F2, the next line, F2, 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 E1, F2, G3, A4, 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 last line, A4, F2, G3, F2, 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 E1, F2, G3, and F2. Okay, this song is not that difficult of a song, so try some of those new chords. I think you'll like the C suspended fourth. I think you'll like the F augmented, and I think you'll really like that A minor 7 flat 5. That one just really adds some pretty spice right in the middle of that long held A. What other backgrounds could you play this on? Cat Memories works very well. Just about anything that's 4/4 at about 70 is going to be perfect. If I go to Cat Memories, it comes up at 60. Let's up the tempo a little bit. And let's see what we got here. We could play it on the regular things. I like Rich's idea of let's put in that trumpet. So where am I going to go to? I'm going to go to Nostalgic. And I'm going to go to number 4. And I'm going to see what I got. I got Harry and Benny. I don't have Mr. Armstrong here, do I? Oh, yes, I do. I have Louis Armstrong comes up right away in Nostalgic 0. That's his trumpet right here. And then the shakes is, he's got the shaking trumpet on the bottom. But we could do that. We could go to Louis Armstrong trumpet and use that. And then I could also go back to my normal Cat Memory sounds just by pushing the normal button. Remember, if you're not doing presets, anytime you do a change, you want it to be a one button push. You don't want to be doing this kind of stuff, because even the pros that do that, they're only doing it to show off. It's not that easy to try to change 2 or 3 things when you're in the middle of playing. So one button pushes you can handle. You can always do a fill-in at the end of the song if you feel like playing it again. There are places where you're holding long notes. Just don't change the sound while you are holding a note, because then it's going to sound. If you're holding, like for example, if you are holding this F at the bottom of the first page and you change the sound, it's going to sound. So you want to make sure that you lift your finger before changing the sound, so it's not real blatant. You don't want it to sound like you're changing a sound until you get to that next note.
Oh, and how are you getting nostalgic?
You get into nostalgic by going into the category presets, go into the more.
Okay, got it.
Go into the more, touch category, touch the nostalgic in the window, and then the 0 one shows up. The 0 one is the one that actually shows up if I don't have anything 1 through 10.
So voice guitar.
There's all kinds of fun things in there.
Okay.
Anything 4/4 is going to be fabulous on this. So when you want to go back, just hit that more button again. Oh, they still put the cat in there. I used ending 2 because I really didn't want it to play the cat's ending, but it still had the kitty cat at the end. So actually kind of cute, because what else would a wonderful world be if you didn't have kittens? Okay, any questions about what we did today?
I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to get out so you can go.
Donnie,
Yeah.
well, just before you leave, is What Kind of Fool Am I the next song?
Next song. Ugh, I'm a mess today. Yes, What Kind of Fool Am I is the next song.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, very cool, very good.
See you in 15 minutes.
All right, I will see you in
Bye-bye.
15 minutes. Bye, you guys are the bestest.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Dawn.
Thank you for everything.
Go to the
Thanks,
next
Dawn.
link. We'll see you next week, but we'll see you in 15 minutes on the other link. So make sure you check out of this one and go back into your emails and click on the next link. You guys are the
All right.
best.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you guys.